can remember the first time the idea of volunteering internationally entered my head. I was in grade 6. Those really cool high school kids came to talk about an experience they had volunteering with their high school. I listened to them speak about a house they built for a family who lost theirs during a hurricane in the Dominican Republic. They spoke about the work they did and the connections they made. From that day on, my dream was to go on a volunteer trip like theirs. Today, I am a teacher candidate at Brock University. My name is Shanice, and my goals have surpassed my wildest dreams. In grade 11, I was accepted to the same volunteer trip those high school kids had talked about. It was 6 years ago that I embarked on my very first international volunteer trip. On that trip, I learned a lot about who I am as a person and what I wanted to do in my future. The connections I made with some of the people and children in the Dominican are connections I still hold closely to my heart. This experience was the beginning of an adventure that has yet to end for me. There is a quote I always think about when people ask me, "Why do you do what you do?" Or, "Why do you spend so much money on trips like these?" Howard Thurman said, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who come alive." It is on these trips that I feel the most alive. Volunteering internationally has made me more aware of the social justice issues which countries around the world face, motivating me to continue learning and participating in such adventures. Today, my dream of participating in these types of trips has developed into leading these trips. I have recently become a facilitator for international volunteer trips with a Toronto-based company. And the reason this is currently my dream job is because it gives me the opportunity to combine my passion for social justice with my love of teaching. This opportunity allows me to be a part of the ripple effect. I can share my passion with like-minded students, open their eyes to other issues, and teach them how to bring home that knowledge and put it into action. It is this passion and interest that has guided my Genius Hour, so I could figure out how to incorporate global education and social justice into my classroom. As the world becomes more diverse and connected, I believe it is important to start teaching from a global perspective. As a future primary and junior teacher, I hope to incorporate both global and multicultural literacy to my classroom. Global literacy involves creating settings that foster students' understandings of the intersection between their lives, global issues, and their sense of responsibility as local and global citizens. While multicultural literacy consists of the skills and ability to identify the creators of knowledge, to uncover the assumptions from diverse ethnic and cultural perspectives, and to use that knowledge to guide action that will create a humane and just world. In order to do this, I have located a few websites that I hope to incorporate into my own classroom, which I would like to share with you today. Let's start with a website a lot of people know about, and I want to change the way you think about using it. Skype is known for its ability to allow friends and family, as well as business partners around the world, to reconnect. But did you know Skype has designed programs specifically for educators as well? Partnering with Microsoft Education, there are 3 ways that you could use Skype in your classroom. The first is Mystery Skype. It allows teachers to connect their classrooms with classrooms around the world. The goal is to have students use their inquiry and questioning skills to guess the location of another classroom.
Hi, welcome to Mystery Skype.
Are you in the US?
No, we're not.
Are you somewhere in Mexico?
Yes.
It is a great introduction for inquiry-based learning, as it gives students the opportunity to collaboratively formulate questions and gather evidence to solve the location.
Are you in Mexico City?
Yes, we are.
Skype also gives teachers the opportunity to bring experts into their classroom without physically bringing them there. You can connect with any guest speaker around the world, whether they are authors, scientists, geologists, photographers, other teachers, etc. Lastly, you could also take your students on a virtual field trip. Skype allows you to take adventures around the world without leaving your classroom. You can take trips to a variety of museums, landscapes, fire stations, zoos, farms, conservation areas, and so much more. Rather than me explain to you how Skype in the Classroom creates global citizens, why don't you take a look at this video?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, wonderfully.
I think Skype is the ultimate field trip where you are actually able to travel to the other side of the world without ever leaving your classroom.
We can Skype with California today, we can Skype with Brazil tomorrow, and Skype in the Classroom allows us to do that.
This is live learning. This is not something we would get in a textbook or in any kind of newspaper article.
Do you think that the US presence is helping with the elections?
Having Skype in the Classroom just allows me to see a different type of viewpoint that wouldn't be accessible otherwise.
When I look at poverty alleviation, the biggest kind of need and opportunity is just to get all kids, and especially girls, in school.
The more that we can foster connections, relationships, interactions with those outside of their own natural comfort zone, they'll be better global citizens.
I think that last teacher put it greatly when she said that we need to foster these global connections with our students and make them aware of what is going on around the world. And then from there, that's when we can start to make a difference. But how can we make a difference outside of the traditional ways of fundraising money for different international causes while collecting food for local shelters? How can we as teachers start making a difference in the world's challenges? Taking it global actually addresses these same questions in this video.
Sometimes the world's problems can seem really overwhelming. After all, faced with global challenges like these, what can one person really do? Well, you're not alone. As a teacher, you have the ability to empower your students to shape a better world. And TIG Ed can help. We support teachers worldwide in using technology to facilitate transformative global learning experiences. Visit our site to access free education resources that make it easy to bring diverse perspectives and world issues into your classroom. Take an e-course to learn how to design global learning journeys that support curriculum objectives and develop 21st century skills. Get involved in international learning projects and connect online with classes around the world to address the issues that matter most to you and your students. By using TIG Ed to connect with and learn about the world, your students will become global citizens who are strong cross-cultural communicators, technologically savvy, and informed about issues that matter. Students will be empowered to understand and act on the world's greatest challenges and be better equipped to succeed in today's global knowledge-based economy. With TIG Ed, you and your students can make a difference. Visit tiged.org today to start taking your classroom global.
I really don't think I could have summarized the way teachers could use Taking It Global better than that video. Like Skype, Taking It Global can help you connect with classrooms around the world, but this time with the purpose of collaborating on meaningful social justice-based projects. On the screen now, you can see the projects page of Taking It Global. You can see there are a variety of different projects that teachers are currently collaborating on. If you can't find what you're looking for, you can focus your search based on this issue you're looking at, whether it's culture, education, environment, human rights, etc. You can also focus on whether it's environmental stewardship, student voice, or global citizenship. But you can also add your own project and hope that teachers are willing to collaborate with you. There are many other websites that provide opportunities for collaborative classroom projects. iEarn is another well-developed resource teachers can use to join interactive, curriculum-based groups where students are creating, researching, sharing opinions, and becoming global citizens. In addition to connecting students' learning with local issues, meeting specific curriculum needs, and every project every project proposed by teachers and students on iEarn has to answer the question, how will this project improve the quality of life on the planet? This vision and purpose is the glue that really holds iEarn together. It enables participants to become global citizens who make a difference by collaborating with their peers around the world. Basically, it's another website I need to find time to integrate into my classroom. And while there are many other resources that you could use to incorporate global education in your classroom, I decided to focus on my top 3 most realistic examples. If you are interested in learning more about global education in the classroom, I actually created a Google Doc that I hope fellow teachers would be willing to share their experiences and resources in. Unfortunately, as of right now, I'm not Twitter famous enough to actually have people contribute to it, but it's the thought that counts, right? So, thank you so much for listening today. I hope that my passion for global education has shown through and made you think about all the possibilities that you have to connect your classroom around the world.